महीना हो गया दोस्तों, पूरा एक महीना. Stay tuned to Asian Culture Vulture's Bird Eye Review show with me, Natalie, telling you what's been OTT both on and off screen. Lots to fit in, but luckily I've had a bit of extra time on my hands. I was supposed to fly to the UK, but the day before my flight, COVID positive. So, home quarantine in Mumbai, but luckily I had seasons 1, 2 and now new release season 3 of Inside Edge to binge on. With video calls from Richa Chadha and Vivek Oberoi, plus Nushrratt Bharuccha from modern day horror film Chhorii and a Marathi family road trip movie Karkhanisanchi Waari. I am back in the UK now and ready for our theme this month, Secrets and Lies. There's double lives, hidden wives, and equality strives. Let's start with Chhorii, a psychological supernatural horror with Nushrratt Bharuccha.
कुछ दिन कहीं चले चलते हैं, आपको ऐसी जगह ढूंढते हैं जहाँ हम तक नहीं पहुँच पाएंगे.
Chhorii, Chhota Pak, Bada Raz. Dropping on Amazon Prime on 26th November, Chhorii, translating as Girl, is an official remake of Marathi film Lappa Chappi, meaning hide and seek. Interesting, the title name change. It is a film for the girls. Nushrratt Bharuccha and Mita Vashisht, who plays a motherly role towards Nusrat's Sakshi, really do captivate on screen. In fact, with such a small cast and a very restricted setting, the pressure is definitely on Nushrratt, and she most certainly delivers.
जो पीछे दरवाजा है, वो कमरा किसका है?
और हम लाए हैं आपके लिए एक exclusive interview with Nushrratt Bharuccha, telling us what kind of horror category Chhorii fits into.
You can definitely expect the film to hit you somewhere at your core, at a gut, which will not only scare you from a supernatural aspect of it, but also kind of rattle you with the reality and truth of it.
When I was at college and university, I studied media studies, you know, where you have to like watch different genres and stuff like that. And we were told that horror films depict the fears of a time. So back in the day when some people were scared of communism, for example, lots of zombie films came about. So when you think of Chhorii and the elements that are in that, what do you think that says about what we in the world are scared of today?
You know, Natalie, you've said the right thing exactly, and I can't spell it out in words for you, but when you watch the film, you'll understand what I'm about to say. That is exactly what I wanted to do Chhorii for. The reality of something, I can't tell you what that something is, that scared me to the core, just shook me up. I said, this cannot be real.
For all of us, at times, the last 2 years have been scary. Whether it's health, way of life, livelihoods, Nushrratt therefore was keen to point out the positives of the OTTs.
So for me, an OTT platform was like a new lease of life completely. The films that were made were released. They reached audiences. People had jobs. They could go and shoot shows and short films and OTT originals. Work was still existing, and we could go back to that. And I feel that for me was a great sort of getting through a tough time.
To sum up, what advice does Nushrratt have for us watching Chhorii?
Don't anticipate the film. Don't anticipate it. And I'm telling you that because I'm a huge horror and thriller binge watcher. I like to guess what's happening next. I want to say, oh, I know what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. But I would really like to say don't anticipate the film, because the film goes, for me, personally, it's way beyond just the horror of it. Just watch it from a clean slate.
Thanks to Nushrratt Bharuccha, lead in Chhorii. For me, 3.75 out of 5. Scary and more realistic than you expect. Next next review se pehle, Janet mein jari ek message. Do please subscribe to the Asian Culture Vulture YouTube channel and stay ahead of the game and get the inside edge on the latest releases from the subcontinent, plus much, much more. Talking of the inside edge, stand by for my thoughts as well as Richa and Vivek's on season 3 after this.
काय लाकडं कशी दिली?
500 रुपये मन.
म्हणजे किती पैसे होतील?
3,500.
बरोबर.
3,500? काही कमी नाही होणार?
Karkhanisanchi Waari, Ashes on a Road Trip, is a Marathi language road movie.
काल रात्री दादा हॉस्पिटलमध्ये माझ्याशी काही बोलला.
Whimsical of sorts, of the Little Miss Sunshine vibe, even including a dead grandpa.
तो म्हणाला त्याच्या अस्थींचा काही भाग पंढरपूरला चंद्रभागा नदीमध्ये टाकावा. विसर्जित. विसर्जित करा.
Appearing at the 51st IFFY in January 21 as part of the Indian Panorama and also winning an award at Tokyo, it dropped on Sony Live on December 10th as an exclusive digital release.
हे सर्व झाल्यानंतर लोखंडी कपाटामध्ये एक बंद एन्व्हलप ठेवलेला आहे.
The death of a family's patriarch, Purushottam, leads to a 3-stop trip around some of the family's assets for a scattering of his ashes.
मी येणार आहे तुमच्या बरोबर.
आपल्यात बायका जातात का अस्थि विसर्जनाला?
काय म्हणालास?
नाहीतरी कधी वागलीस बायकांसारखी तू.
His brothers, sister and son take their seats in the family's minivan and we get to join the ride around scenic countryside and the stories of their lives.
का गाडीत पेट्रोल भरावं लागेल.
आपण सगळे कॉन्ट्री काढू.
हे घे माझे 500 घे.
Simultaneously, the widow of Purushottam must take her own trip and uncover some family secrets of her own. Is movie ke 2 themes here. Rahasya or Rihai. One of the brothers who encompasses both is Ajit, who left for the USA and bagged himself an American wife. And surprisingly for me watching, the wife just turned out to be my good friend Jan Graveson. I love it when that happens. If there's a message within Karkhanisanchi Waari, I'd say it's that convention and the traditional Indian family setup isn't all it's cracked up to be.
मी माझं वॉलेट विसरलोय.
असा कसा रे तू?
I get the feeling of different permutations being suggested throughout the film, and younger generations perhaps the ones getting it right.
अस्थि कुठे आहेत?
Arranged marriages, love marriages, caste, interracial relations, same-sex desires, and hidden affairs all are covered on the journey of life and death.
वडिलांच्या अस्थीचा डबा विसरलास?
And at the end, you're left wanting more, despite the film being over 2 hours. And for that, not giving me all that I want, I'm slightly down-marking, giving still a very worthy 3.5 out of 5. Batting on quickly now to another Amazon Prime drop, Inside Edge Season 3. Bowling onto our screens from December 3rd is the Prime original cricket Bollywood mashup. Thankfully, I was in home lockdown, so could get off the sticky wicket of not having seen any of the earlier seasons, and I brought myself fully up to speed.
I'll return your company to you. अगर कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकता तो आप मुझे ये ऑफर नहीं देते.
There is a definite difference between all 3 innings. Season 3, much slicker, darker, murkier, less on-screen cricket in fact. The tension, unlike in Season 2, isn't in the pitch play, but in the politics. More dirty politics than dirty picture this time around.
क्या चाहते हो? बदला.
Match fixing is still there, this time even closer to Captain Vayu than he would like to admit.
मैं इंडियन टीम का कैप्टन बन सकता हूँ, पर इन सबको लगता है कि मैं ये कैप्टनसी डिजर्व नहीं करता.
It's very much, maybe too much, of its time. Gender neutral pronouns, Bollywood #MeToo, crypto, and Zarina Malik seen smoking e-cigarettes.
ACV president की सीट खाली होगी. That is what I want.
लेकिन इस बार ज़्यादा दिखी नहीं. In Season 2, we missed Vivek Oberoi's Vikrant Dhawan. In Season 3, we're missing Richa Chadha's Zarina. Though, I was lucky enough to get a virtual visit from the pair during my own Inside Edge quarantine. Yeah, I'm not sure the wordplay particularly works at this point.
I hope you recover soon, and I couldn't tell at all from looking at you that you're feeling unwell. You look great.
I just put some makeup on and some dangly earrings, and as a girl, you know that this is all we need to...
Yeah, this is all we need.
पाकिस्तान का इंडिया टूर 13 साल के बाद होने जा रहा है. It'll be the mother of all series.
We started by talking about the familiar Bollywood trope, the India-Pakistan rivalry, which is a big part of season 3.
I mean, it's like any iconic rivalry. It's like the Ashes, you know. Jingoism aside, these two countries love to play cricket. They're historically sort of, you know, portions of the north in both countries are similar, very cricket playing cultures. I feel like the players really do have camaraderie off the pitch. So I personally don't get very offended with the rivalry. I think it should just be in the right sportsman spirit. And this is the thing with sports. It's so physical. Everyone gets really emotionally invested.
Yeah, it always worries me it's the audience rather than the players that kind of...
It's the audience that is breaking TV sets and, you know, disconnecting their cables, etc. But the players have played and given their best and moved on.
I'm going to ask you actually for the inside edge, because I get to talk to Vivek Oberoi. Is there anything in particular I need to ask him? Anything I should mention? Any little inside joke?
Okay, so purely from a story point of view, you should ask him that if someone told you that the way in which you're acting resembles the way in which Bhai Saab is acting in season 3, will you take that as a compliment?
Take everything from him.
Bhai Saab. That's so funny. That's so funny. It's kind of, in a weird way, incestuous. from an acting world, it's incestuous.
एक सगे भाई की तरह पाला है मैंने.
पाला तो कुत्तों को भी जाता है भाई साहब. Vikrant and Bhai Saab have this very strange, and you'll see this when you watch the 3rd season. You'll see that there's this. They're both made of the same metal, and yet they're different sides to the same coin. I think season 3 is the perfect homage to troubled brotherhoods.
कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकते हो तुम मेरा. वापस आ जा.
Inside Edge for 3 seasons now is showing us the good, the bad, and the ugly in cricket and Bollywood.
तेरे जो मन में आए तू करता है. तेरे पे कोई भरोसा नहीं कर सकता है भाई.
Camaraderie, match fixing, greed, love, etc.
So I said the good, the bad, and the ugly. Obviously, looking at you, you're not one of the uglies. From season 1, which I've just binge watched, I know at that point you're not one of the good. So is Vikrant Dhawan fully the bad man, or is he just misunderstood?
I think Vikrant is good at being bad and bad at being good.
Okay, good answer. We learn a little bit more about why he is the way he is, though, in season 3, correct?
True. You get to see the man behind the mask. You get to see why is he the way he is? Why is he playing this game all the time?
What things have you learned through playing him through 3 seasons now? What elements of him have come into your real? And be truthful with me.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think we resonate on one common factor. I mean, I have a lot of respect for Vikrant Dhawan's never say die attitude. I mean, he cannot be written off. His thing is not about just winning the game. As long as he knows he's playing the game, as long as he's in it, he knows the tables can turn anytime. And just like that, the series got so much more interesting.
If you haven't seen series 1 and 2, but enjoy some double crossing and power plays on screen, तो ये series आप शुरुआत से देखिए. It is possible to pick it up at season 3, but you'll have missed out on the evolution of the main players and be a little on the back foot. Cricketing reference. Marks out of 5? Well, it can't be a 6, can it? And I'm not quite sure it's a 4. Another 3.5. How's that?
What a cracker of a series this promises to be.
Well, that is all for this episode. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas, and remember to click subscribe so you'll be the first to know when our 2021 ACV Bird Eye Year Review show drops on YouTube. Oh, and here's a cheery Christmas message from Vikrant.
Christmas is coming. There is no Santa, just the Prince of Darkness, Vikrant, waiting for you in Inside Edge Season 3.